This night was going to be very memorable for me, because today was my suhagrat. I had many dreams in my mind about suhagrat. In college, my friends often used to show me all those videos. Since then, I had collected many emotions in my heart, that when my suhagrat would come, I would fulfill my desire to the fullest. But today, perhaps my dreams were going to fade, because I got married to my 17-year-old brother-in-law. My brother-in-law was much more handsome than my husband. I had given my heart to my brother-in-law at first sight, but my marriage was fixed with his brother. But now I am very happy because finally I got married to my prince. But now the only worry I had was that he was 7 years younger than me. I thought that he would not be able to do anything with me, and I would have to put in more effort. That is why I changed my bridal dress and wore a beautiful nightie, so that he would melt as soon as he saw me. But as soon as he came in the room, he got even more excited after seeing me. And as soon as he came, he picked me up and made me lie on the bed and slowly took off my nightie. With full passion. My name is Paro. I am 25 years old. My parents and my younger sister lived in my house. When I was in college, my friends often told me about their first night. I had only girlfriends in college, and all my friends had boyfriends, and I often had fun with them, but I had none, so I used to be very sad. I used to think that when I get married, I will also fulfill my passions and fulfill all my desires. As soon as I completed college, my parents got me married to my friend's son. I was my parents' favorite, and I always did what my heart told me to do. So when they chose the boy, I did not refuse. The boy's name was Kishan, and he worked in Mumbai. He was okay looking, but I liked his younger brother very much. He was very handsome looking and had a fair complexion. My parents arranged my marriage with Kishan. Kishan's father was not there. Kishan's mother and my mother together decided the date of marriage, because she wanted to convert their friendship into a relationship. There was a wedding atmosphere in my house. There was a lot of joy in the house. I also had a lot of feelings suppressed inside me. When my friends came to prepare me, they again started showing me the same videos and started explaining to me that you see what you have to do. They were explaining to me in a good way, because before this, I had not kept any relationship with any boy, and I also did not have much knowledge about all this. Seeing all this, I was feeling very much that I should get married as soon as possible, and I too could fulfill my desires. I was looking very beautiful in the bridal dress today. Whoever saw me was praising me, and I was also happy with the marriage. But if I had married my brother-in-law, I would have been happier, because he looked very strong. Kishan was very thin in comparison to him, but what could I say now? The marriage was happening anyway, so I could not back out of the marriage. My parents had arranged the marriage with full dedication. I was sitting on the mandap, wearing the bridal dress and waiting for my husband. But at the last moment, I got the news that Kishan had run away from the wedding mandap. When I got this news, the ground slipped under my feet. My mother was abusing her friend a lot. She started saying that if your son did not want to get married, then why did he say yes? He ruined my daughter's life. I was standing quietly on the site and watching all this drama. The guests who had come to the wedding did not know anything about all this, that the groom had run away from the wedding. For this reason, my mother's friend arranged her younger son's marriage with me. When she said this, my heart was filled with joy. I started thinking in my mind that it was good that Kishan ran away from the wedding. My mother-in-law started telling us that Kishan liked another girl, but my mother-in-law refused a lot, saying that she would not make her the daughter-in-law of her house. But she did not know that her son would become so blind in love that he would run away from the wedding mandap on the wedding night itself. My brother-in-law's name was Manoj. He was 7 feet tall and had a very fit body. He always went to the gym and took great care of his health. When I saw him for the first time, I was thinking in my mind that I wish I could get married to Manoj. Now I was very happy that finally I have found my love, and tonight I will fulfill all my desires with my love. Then the pandit was called, and Manoj and I were married as soon as possible. My friends started telling me that why did you marry that 17-year-old boy? He does not know anything about the suhagrat yet. What will he do with you on the suhagrat? If you had married someone else, your desires would also have been fulfilled. Because on the wedding night, every bride dreams that her husband should shower a lot of love on her. But he is a child, how will he do it? I said that you people do not worry. If he does not have the knowledge, then I do. You people have given me so much knowledge, so today I will definitely use that knowledge. I will do everything myself. Hearing all this, my friends started laughing loudly. Then I bid farewell and came to my in-laws. My mother-in-law welcomed me very well at my in-laws' house. She did not let me feel the lack of anything. On the night of Suagrat, while going to the room, my mother-in-law also gave me a glass of milk. She told me to remember to feed this milk to Manoj, and said that it is a ritual that milk is given to the married couple on the night of Suagrat, so that they get strength. On hearing this, I started feeling a little ashamed. I understood the meaning of my mother-in-law's words very well. Then she also started apologizing to me that whatever her elder son, Kishan, did today was very wrong. But I told her that, Mother, you should not apologize. Whatever happens, happens for good. See, Kishan, of course he ran away from marriage. But still, I have become the daughter-in-law of your house. On hearing this, my mother-in-law started smiling and started giving me blessings. I took that glass of milk and came to the room. As soon as I came to the room, I looked at the room carefully. Manoj's picture was everywhere. He looked so handsome even in the picture that anyone would go crazy for him. I kept the milk on the table and then came and sat on the bed in bridal attire and then started thinking how I would express my love to Manoj. I was also thinking about the video shown by my friends because I had to start. I don't know whether Manoj even knows about all this or not. How they do what? I had many desires in my heart. It was winter season and it was raining heavily. But even at this time, my body was getting hot like fire. I had many dreams about marriage, which were going to be fulfilled today. I was impatiently waiting for my husband Manoj. Then, after an hour, Manoj came in the room. As soon as I saw him, my heart started pounding, and sweat started coming out of my head. He slowly came close to me and sat next to me and said, Paro, you must be tired today, so go and take some rest. Hearing this, my heart's desires were shattered. I had neither met him impatiently since then, nor did we talk. That's why I didn't say anything to him and quietly went and changed my clothes. When I changed my clothes and came back to the room, I saw that Manoj had already fallen asleep before me. I thought that maybe he must have been very tired today. That's why he slept early. I also slowly went and slept next to Manoj. I slowly started moving my hand on his waist, but he kept moving further away from me. Then I also turned over in anger and slept. Because I too was very tired in the wedding, so I didn't know when I fell into a deep sleep. When I woke up in the morning, Manoj had already left the room before me. I woke up when my mother-in-law was locking the door. When she came into the room, she asked if you had a good night last night. Hearing this, my face fell. I thought in my mind that your son did not do anything, but I did not say anything to my mother-in-law. I gave a slight smile. Then my mother-in-law said that, go and freshen up quickly and come for breakfast. Manoj has been sitting at the breakfast table after freshening up for a long time. Hearing this, I immediately went, freshened up, and got ready wearing a beautiful sari. I thought that today I will definitely attract Manoj towards me. He will come to me uncontrollably. When I went down wearing a sari, everyone was praising me a lot, but Manoj did not even look at me once. At first, I got very angry. Then I thought that maybe he is only 17 years old, so he does not know about all this. I will have to attract him towards me myself. Only then he will come close to me. Then the whole day was spent in the ritual of Mu Dikai. In this ritual, all the women of the surrounding area came to see me. On seeing me, he would praise me a lot and would tell my mother-in-law that you have chosen a daughter-in-law like a diamond. In this ritual also, I was sitting and looking for my husband Manoj, but I could not see him anywhere. I thought that maybe he must have gone somewhere for work. In the evening, when all the guests went to their respective homes, I also had dinner and immediately went to my room so that I could attract my husband towards me. I thought that today, when Manoj would come to the room, I would go close to him and express my love. And today, I was wearing a very beautiful nightie which had cuts on both sides. My legs were clearly visible as soon as I wore it. I thought that Manoj would get emotional as soon as he saw me in the nightie, and he would be drawn towards me. But then, like the first night, I kept waiting till it was 2 o'clock in the night. I was impatiently waiting for my husband, but now I was also feeling very angry inside. Manoj was not worried about me at all. When he came to the room at 2 o'clock in the night, he saw me and said, "Forgive me. I had gone out for some work, and I got a little late in coming." Hearing this, my heart calmed down a little, but as I went closer to him, he pushed me away and held my hand and said, "Forgive me. My brother left you at the wedding altar, and you are my brother's bride. Of course I have married you, but it will still take me some more time. Right now, I will not be able to take this relationship forward." I got very angry on hearing this, but I controlled my anger. I said that if you also did not want to marry me, then you should have told me clearly. But now after marrying me, you are not even giving me my rights and are running away from me. Hearing this, Manoj started saying that I will not be able to say anything more to you right now. I will just say that it will take me some time. And saying this, he went and lay down on the bed, and I was standing there shedding tears. Then I, too, quietly went and lay down on the bed. All my dreams about marriage were now gone. I was not able to understand at what point this life of mine would take me. One ran away from the wedding altar, and the other is not giving me any rights even after marrying. I did not know when I fell asleep thinking about what status I will live in this house now. When I woke up again in the morning, Manoj had already left the room before me, as before. During college time, when my friends used to tell me, and I used to think about marriage, that after marriage, as soon as I wake up in the morning, my husband will wake me up with great love and kiss my forehead. But now, after my marriage, there was nothing like that. My marriage was colorless, with a sad mind. I woke up again, and after freshening up, went to the kitchen to make breakfast. When I came to give Manoj breakfast, I saw that he was sitting with his head down. I quietly put breakfast on his plate and came to the kitchen. Tears were flowing from my eyes. Like every girl, I too had many dreams, but all of them were shattered. What was written in my fate? I had no idea that my husband would treat me like this. I had never thought of this. A few days passed just like this. One day my mother-in-law came to meet me in the room, and she asked me, "Manoj is fine with you, isn't he?" I said, "Mummiji, he is fine." Then she said, "Daughter, I am asking you what happens between a husband and wife." I felt ashamed after listening to my mother-in-law and bowing my head. I said, "No, Mummiji." Then my mother-in-law said, "I asked you this because I also live in the same house, and I have never seen you and Mano talking together." Then my mother-in-law said to me, "Believe me, if one of my sons has betrayed you, then the other son will definitely accept you. He is currently embroiled in some problems. You give him some time, Manoj will definitely give you your rights." On hearing this, I started crying bitterly, because for many days I had buried all these things in my heart. Even from home, when my mother used to call me and ask how is the relationship between Manoj and me, I used to lie to her that Manoj takes very good care of me. But on the contrary, Manoj does not even look at me. Today, after hearing all these things from my mother-in-law, tears started flowing from my eyes. My mother-in-law was consoling me to have faith in God. Everything will be fine soon. Then my mother-in-law said that, "Daughter, if possible, you should take some initiative because Manoj is still only 17 years old. A woman can control her husband with her beauty." Hearing this, my courage arose again. I also thought that my mother-in-law is right. I should try once again. That is why I got ready again at night and was impatiently waiting for my husband. As soon as Manoj came in the room, I started coming closer to him. Then he slowly started moving away from me. Then he touched the ground. Then he pushed me away from him in anger and started saying that Paro, I have told you earlier, also that I will take some time. Hearing this, I angrily asked Manoj, "How much more time will it take? It has been a month since our marriage. What do you want now? That I have spent my whole life like this. If you also had to do the same, like your brother, then why did you marry me? You have also ruined my life." Today, whatever anger was coming in my mind, I was telling that to Manoj and was crying bitterly. Now I was very upset. Manoj was listening to me quietly, trying to calm me down. But now I was not able to calm down. Then I freed my hand in anger and came out of the room. I came to the garden of the house crying. My life was going on such a turn which I could not even describe in words. Every girl has many dreams about marriage, but all my dreams were shattered. No matter how much I tried to connect my dreams, they were not coming together. I could not tell anything about this to my family members, because there was a younger sister in the house for whom a boy was being searched for marriage. If I also came home and sat down, then who would marry her? Thinking this, I strengthened my heart that I will not go close to Manoj again. I will talk to him only when he will appreciate my love, because a relationship is formed only between two people, and if one person keeps trying again and again, then the relationship will not be formed even if it is formed. Thinking this, I started walking towards my room silently, and when I went in the room, I saw that Manoj was sleeping on the sofa. Seeing this, tears started flowing from my eyes again, but I controlled myself and quietly went and lay down alone on the bed. While lying on the bed, I was thinking about those things which my friends used to tell me in college. I had so many good dreams, but nothing was fulfilled. I don't know when I fell asleep thinking about this. In this way, 2 months had passed since my marriage. Then one day, after washing the dishes, I was about to go to sleep in my room. When I entered the room, I saw that Manoj was looking a little upset, but I didn't ask him anything. Then, I saw that his phone was ringing. When he was talking on the phone, he was talking to someone angrily, and while talking, he went to the balcony. I couldn't hear him. Who was he talking to? I started getting scared deep inside that Manoj is also having an affair with some other girl, due to which he never came close to me. Maybe that girl is calling Manoj in anger today, or they might have had a fight. Thinking about this, my heart started beating fast, and sweat started coming out of my forehead. Then, I immediately ran to my mother-in-law's room and told her all this news. Hearing this, she also started getting worried. Then she told me one thing, that daughter-in-law, "Today I will ask you one thing. You have to tell me the truth." Hearing this, I was looking at her eyes very impatiently. I was also understanding the question she was going to ask. I said, "Mother, whatever you ask, I will tell you the truth." Then my mother-in-law said, "Has Manoj still not come close to you? Have you two not made a relationship like a husband and wife?" Hearing this, I started sweating and my eyes lowered in shame. I slowly shook my head in no. On hearing this, my mother-in-law's anger increased, and she started telling me that, "Daughter, at that time, I had explained to you that you should take the initiative and attract your husband towards you, but it has been 2 months since your marriage. Until now, nothing has happened between you two. You are like my daughter. I will never let anything wrong happen to you. If something bad happens to you, then what will I answer to your mother? Your mother is my very good friend, and I do not want to lose her. If my son is wrong, then I will myself take you away from this relationship, but I will not let you suffer any more." On hearing this, I hugged her and started crying a lot. She then caressed my back and said that, "You calm down. Now I will not let you cry anymore." Then my mother-in-law went to my room in anger and closed the door of the room from inside. I was standing outside waiting for her, but I had no idea about what was being discussed between the mother and son. Perhaps my mother-in-law must be scolding her son. She must be making her son divorce me. Thinking this, I was getting very upset outside. Then, after 2 hours, the door opened. Tears were flowing from my mother-in-law's eyes, and she was wiping those tears. When I looked at my husband, he was also sitting on the sofa with his head bowed down. He also looked very upset. I felt that I should not ask anything about all this right now. That is why I quietly went and lay down on my bed. Then my husband also went and lay down on the sofa. The next day, my fate was going to change, because what was going to happen to me now will send chills down your spine. In the morning, I got up early and started preparing breakfast for everyone. I thought that I will quickly take breakfast and go to my mother-in-law's room and ask her about the last night. What happened between her and her son? And what does her son want? I was thinking all this when suddenly the doorbell rang. When I went and opened the door, the person standing in front of me was shocked because the same person was standing with whom I was going to get married. That is, Manoj's elder brother, Kishan. That too, with a girl who had applied sindoor on her forehead and wore a Mangal Sutra around her neck. They entered the house holding each other's hands. Seeing this, my mother-in-law immediately came out of the room and angrily said that you cannot enter this house now. The mother and son were arguing when Manoj also entered the house from behind, and on seeing his elder brother Kishan, he started crying loudly. Manoj started explaining to his mother that it is not brother's fault in this. You should have got your brother married to this girl. If you had got it done on time, my brother would never have had to be chased away from the wedding mandap. Then Kishan fell on his mother's feet and apologized, and started explaining to her, and said that I had already married Seema in Mumbai. But I tried to convince you many times, but you refused this marriage. You said that you will arrange my marriage with your childhood friend's daughter only. I ran away from the wedding mandap for this reason, because I did not want to spoil the lives of all three. I thought that one day you would agree, but you did not agree. Because of this, I was forced to take this step. Now please forgive me. Hearing this, tears started flowing from my mother-in-law's eyes. Then my mother-in-law started telling her son that you have moved forward in your life, but your younger brother Manoj still has not moved forward in his relationship. It has been 2 months since their marriage, but still there is no husband-wife relationship between them. He has not yet given his wife the rights that a husband gives to his wife. Hearing this, Kishan said, "Mother, when you told me this on the phone last night, I had decided that I would come back home and explain it to Manoj properly." Then Kishan tried to explain it to Manoj with great love. He said, "Look, brother, Paro has no hand in what happened, and I never even loved Paro. Paro is now your wife, and now you have to take care of her. Maybe this was written in your fate. God makes couples. Paro was written in your fate, so give her her right. I am very happy in my life with my wife. You also start your life. Do not suppress this opportunity, otherwise you will have to regret a lot later. Paro and you got married in front of everyone, and she is now your wife." Hearing this, Manoj said, "Brother, forgive me. I thought she is your bride, and how can I have my right on her?" Kishan started saying that now you have come to know that I love someone else, and I am also married to her, so you also move forward with your married life. Hearing this, Manoj started apologizing to his brother and his mother. Today, everyone was very happy at home, because there was an atmosphere of happiness in the house. Everyone was talking a lot in their rooms, but I was standing in the corner watching all this, because Manoj had not yet apologized to me. I don't know what he wants to do now. Thinking this, I started cooking dinner. After eating dinner and washing all the utensils, when I started walking towards the room, and as I entered the room, the light of the room suddenly went off, and suddenly someone grabbed me from behind. Who was it? My heartbeats had started increasing now. I was not able to scream because someone had put a hand on my mouth so that I could not scream. And when I was gently held and made to sit on the bed and turned on the light of the room, I was surprised to see the person in front of me, because the person in front of me was present for whom I was impatiently waiting for 2 months. That is, my husband Manoj. When I looked around the room, I saw that happy to see all this, but on the other hand, I was also very angry because no one can know my life better than me for the last 2 months. Manoj held my hand and said, "Paro, forgive me. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for what I did to you, and I am very ashamed. But believe me, I had no intention of doing this. You know very well the circumstances in which you and I got married. I love my brother immensely. When my brother left the wedding mandap, I married you and thought that one day my brother will marry you again, and I never look at anything of my brother. But today, when my brother told me that he loves someone else and has married her, then I understood what a big mistake I have made. Please forgive me. I cannot bring back the time that has passed, but I can make these moments even better." Seeing Manoj's apology and tears, my heart melted. I also forgave him from my heart. Then what Manoj did to me after switching off the lights, I had never even imagined in my dreams. I did not know that Manoj has so much strength. I thought that I will have to do everything on the wedding night, but tonight was different from that, which I cannot express in words. Manoj did not even let me get up from the bed. He showered a lot of love, the love which I had never seen before, but today I was very happy. All my wishes were now being fulfilled. The day I was waiting for impatiently had finally arrived. Tonight was full of pain and love. Now I am very happy in my life. 2 years have passed since my marriage, and I have 2 lovely children. Now I'm living a good life with my family.